Hello, my dear students. I hope you are all going fine by the grace of the Almighty. Today, I am to discuss two important topics that helped PL development in India. PL, that is Public Library Development, Press and Registration of Books Act was enacted in 1867 to regulate printing presses and newspapers by the British government. It aimed at curbing what the British government thought was the role of the press in the revolt of 1857. In 1857, the Sepoy Mutiny in Indian history occurred. It was a result of many previous draconian laws being repealed and or being merged into one. It begins with the Censorship of Press Act 1799 by Lord Wellesley to gag the press ahead of a French invasion of India. Lord Hastings retracted it in 1818. Then John Adams enacted licensing registration ordinance 1823. According to this act, no one could start or continue to use a press without registration. Due to this act, Ram Mohan Roy had to stop the publication Miratul Akbar, India's first Persian newspaper. Governor General Metcalf abolished the obnoxious 1823 ordinance to replace it with the Press Act of 1835. This act required a printer and for the first time a publisher to give a precise account of the premises used for printing and publication. Between 1835 and 1857, Indian vernacular press saw rapid growth across India. The Licensing Act 1857 brought newspapers, printed matters, and all books under the purview of law. Then came the current Press and Registration of Books Act 1867. Since India got independence in 1947, the Press and Registration of Act 1867 was never abandoned because it helped governments control the press, regulate book publishing, and inadvertently curb the freedom of speech and expression. But it helped the library collection development because there is a legal provision that publishers have to deposit two copies of the publication with the of the whole of a book, and newspaper will be uh, delivered to the government at their own expense. So this act helped the government to develop public libraries in the country. Then And another important act was Delivery of Books Act. It was enacted in 1954 in all states of India except Jammu and Kashmir. According to this act, each publisher of a book, newspaper, or serial must deliver a copy of the item to the National Library of India in Kolkata, and also a single copy to each of the three public libraries established by the government at the center. The publisher must deliver the item within 30 days of the published date, as well as incur the cost of delivery uh, on their own. That is, the government need not bear any cost for those books received. In 1956, this act was amended and was renamed as the Delivery of Books and Newspaper Act in 1954 to include newspaper and serials. The main objective and purpose of this act was to develop public libraries in India and foster scholarships. It aims to promote the upcoming libraries and give recognition to their work. So, uh, you must understand that these two acts, along with other important acts, helped to develop public libraries in the country. But the other acts will be discussed in offline classes. So please attend all the classes, both online and offline, to understand the like, important acts which helped India to develop public libraries